23:34.
So the words of it's not going to come out void. Because it's plain to see. See it now. If you can't see it now, you're retarded. You know, you're pretty much slow discerning. You're special, man. Or you're just in denial. Right? A couple weeks ago, or actually like a month or two ago, it was in COVID-19 was in China, and people here in the land of America, Babylon, wasn't worried about it. And then once they see the cases go up, they actually gave a damn. You know, they got very serious. Right? So the Lord actually being considered now, which is a good thing.
Now, it's 23:34. Wherefore, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them you shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall you scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city.
That's right, because guess what? We're going to be persecuted for this thing, and it's going to be for the right thing. The right thing. So the Lord made us prophets. We boast in the Lord, but is that something to take advantage of? No, it's not, because that's a heavy burden. Being a prophet is a heavy burden. All right? Coming out here week in and week out, dealing with our own people. You can be stressed out doing that, man. Talking to these knucklehead ass people. Sometimes they want to fight. Sometimes they want to stalk us, get us fired from our jobs, things of that nature, man.
I get killed.
That's the ultimate thing. That's the lot of what we're doing here. So what if you don't do it? So what? Nobody, you know, it's not gonna really matter at the end of the day. Anything you believe in, you can't solidify it.
Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them you shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall you scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city.
Because the higher level or office you're in this thing, you're gonna catch more hell. You're gonna have a heavy burden. The more you know, and the more the Lord puts you on a level, the more you're gonna have to deal with. Scriptures talk about bearing burdens, bearing your brother's burden. You have more responsibilities once the Lord puts that on your table. You know, and He'll even give you visions, which a lot of times. I watched a brother from San Diego. He basically brought out how Moses was on a spiritual quarantine. I watched it, you know. So brothers is getting revelations through the Spirit. All right. The Lord is actually dealing with them on a level, man, to bring things out, to edify the church, edify the body, man. You see.
And Noah was on the quarantine for 40 days and 40 nights. Look at it like that. 35. That upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent unto thee. How often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not.
Over and over and over again. Well, go back to you said Jerusalem.
Verse 37. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent unto thee. How often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not.
Well, because you have to watch out for men in your own nation that will turn against you. We were going into that division. You know, there was always persons, individuals who stood out in different nations. Not the ones you see on TV like MLK, Martin Luther, Malcolm X. They were all pawns. They were basically on Esau's payroll. But you had men of old, men of ancient, who did the right thing, and they were persecuted for it. Paul, for example, and others, you know. So that's what we look back to. That's what we reverence to. Ain't nobody on YouTube kicking the real without an agenda. All right.
Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord.
God, precept. Ezekiel 33:30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray, and hear what it is, the word that cometh forth from the Lord. So there's going to come a time, a period, where you're going to get a phone call. You're going to get that strange text from that friend, or from that woman, or from that family member. Because guess what? The whole time they've been speaking against us. Oh, that guy's crazy, man. You come around, they're talking about the things that you've told them just to get the blood off your hands. That's Israel talking against thee, talking against the word of Yahweh Bashem Shai. All right? And a lot of times you don't tell them because they have a responsibility afterwards. Let's say you break it down. Look, you take the mark of the beast, your ass gonna be destroyed, man. I don't care if we're blood. I don't care if we're cousins, brothers. You take that chip. Ain't nothing I can do for it. The Lord's in your hands. Guess what? That person is taken responsible for it. Meaning what? The Lord has found them accountable. So now that they know, if they don't hold up their end of the bargain, they're going to die. So you're kind of saving these people from themselves. All right? Anybody has something? We can get to Matthew 24 because this coronavirus thing is serious. It's a serious. Even if it's not a hoax. We know people are dying, but regardless, we know that's the plan of the Heavenly Father. That's the plan of the Lord. You know? Now it is that they can't find ventilators. They can't find these different things. Okay. Allegedly, this is supposed to be America, but how are they lacking PPE? That doesn't make any sense, man. All right, having everybody social distance and things of that nature, it just shows you within 2 weeks your whole fucking life can be flipped upside down, man. Easy. So you Jakes, it's gone. You want to go back to work to be a slave. So you can go to happy hour and drink after work and commit adultery. Right? Jakes is through.
Yahushua, verse 24. Yahushua went out and departed from the temple. His disciples came to him, but to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you that there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, his disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, or I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
So all these are the beginning of sorrows. Everything now is just a prelude to things that are to come, man. The Lord has put the Spirit on us to see that. You see it now. The spirit of World War III is still here. The spirit of the earthquakes are still here. I believe one happened in Utah. So things are continuing to happen. If you think this is going to go back to normal after this, there's going to be something right after this. They're gearing up for the new reset after this. I would say, let's say this thing ends July, June, August, September, you should see something else that's coming. You have what you call the Real ID Act, which I can only speculate on what's going to happen, but that's a beginning sorrow to the chip. Maybe they would put your facial recognition on the ID, and you know, nobody really knows, but you can only see. You can be imaginative, you know, or you know, because we know that the AI is here. They do it over there in China, so it's gonna come right here, man. So hey, these things are happening. Jeremiah 24:10, I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them, till they consumed and lost the land, and gave them unto their fathers, right? Because I was thinking, man, I'm gonna give Esau a appropriate in the kingdom, you know, because it's only right, man. Every day you're gonna wake up fucking coughing, man. And every day you're gonna have a different pestilence. You're gonna have Ebola. You know, you're gonna have Mars, you're gonna have SARS, all of that. You're gonna have all those pestilence. The new created Black Plague. All right. So here it is. You're feeding us GMOs. You're telling us to be worried about the coronavirus, but you're feeding us GMOs. We already have pestilence right now. You know, we already have things that are slowly killing us. All right. And as you can see, Jake is rebelling from the quarantines. If you found that you have it, I guess Jake, you know, some Jakes, they didn't want to get the vaccine, or they didn't want to get the actual cure, so-called cure for it. That leads up to social unrest, social unrest. And there's going to be a famine. Farmers right now, the crops are bad. They can't make the certain moves that they want to do because the businesses are shutting down. So it's getting bad. That's all I have.
Verse 9, 24, chapter 24. Man shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. You shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, for a witness unto all nations. Then shall the end come.
Endure to the end. Just putting in work. Putting in work. Even if you don't feel like doing a video, you know, I'll do it. I'll just jump on the live and start putting up precepts. You know, just to get, you know, at least try to get yourself in the spirit and things of that nature. You know, looking up different things to go into the Hebrew and things of that nature. That's all works that we can be doing on the leisure time. You know, I even go on to different news people bringing out the information about the COVID, and I troll them. I ping out the scriptures, man. You know, just something to keep my mind going, man. Because it's easy to be distracted. You know something?
Yeah, those same Israelites that's going to deliver us up during this time, delivered up the Lord too, and it's a precept to it. Zechariah chapter 13, I'll start at verse 6. And one shall say unto him, what are these wounds in thy hands? And he shall answer, those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. So the fellow Israelites, verse 7, awaken, O sword, against my shepherd and against the man that is my fellow. Your fellow Israelites. Say the Lord of hosts, smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little ones. Verse 8, and it should come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die, and the 3rd part should be left therein. Will we get all of it? All the rest of it?
Let me get something real quick out. Jeremiah 7, because he brought up the 2/3 prophecy. This is Jeremiah 7:16. Therefore pray not thou for this people. Let's talk about our people. Neither lift up cry nor prayer for them. Neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. So we're seeing in these days that without entertainment, without distraction, Jake is not 2/3 of our people have to be destroyed and have to be cut off because their degradation of their life. You know, you go on you see little Boosie, he's lowering the vibration of our people on Instagram with women twerking, man. Okay, you still have Jake's doing drugs in this time now, even more. A lot of deaths and murders are still happening in this region, in these states. Even though we're supposed to be on lockdown, Jake's still killing each other. The Lord said we ain't supposed to kill each other. You know? So Jeremiah said, lift not a cry or a prayer amongst them, because you don't love Israel like the Heavenly Father. The Son loves them. You know, you can't feel sorry for them. You can't, because they've already made up their mind. The Lord gave them an option. But they threw that away a long time ago. They threw their true self, the real person that they was, out a long time ago and said, I'm going to stick it this way. And nobody going to tell me different. I don't care if the prophets, nobody come up. So that's what the prophet Jeremiah said. And also 2/3 of Israel has to be cut off as well. Men, women, and children, and old. Is that harsh? Yes. But is it prophecy? Yes. It has to happen. No, period.
Yeah, those gonna be the same Jakes that's gonna deliver us up for preaching His word, for not taking the chip or the vaccine. They're gonna be saying that we're pretty much terrorists against the new system that they're coming with. This verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, so 1/3, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They should call on my name, and I will hear them. And I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
I got a precept to that. It's Matthew 23:29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves, that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up the measure of your fathers.
Definitely so bad when you think about it. But guess what? Your songs, your demons that torment you, your sleep, all being in the spiritual world, all that is somewhat good. But we have a mission. We have a cause here. We actually have a purpose. So that's better. Even though we know we're going to get lied on, people bear false witness and things of that nature, and when all hell breaks loose, we know that the end game is way better. Yeah, maybe receiving a crown if you've done what the Lord told you to do. So we can't be proud.
I was gonna get that spirit of fear. I gotta find it real quick.
Because even I believe Paul said he was betwixt whether than to depart or to stay here. Because real men, they say real men, they say every man has thought about suicide, but if you ask a woman, she really never has. She's a self-aggrandizer, period. So, but men, we're taught to keep everything inside and deal with that shit. That's why Jacob got dead early. Catch all the hell and keep it.
This is 2 Timothy 1:7. For Yahweh had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind. Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of Yahweh, who has saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Yahweh Mashiach before the world began.
Yes, to kind of get Isaiah 33, because he said a sound mind, and that's what it's going to continue. But Isaiah 33 too.
Verse 10, but it's now made manifest by the appearing of our Savior, Yahweh Mashiach, who have abolished death and have brought life and immortality to light through the gospel.
Again, there's a scripture also that said the Lord swallowed up death, you know, in a whole. So the Lord's gonna make everything. He's gonna touch every basis in this place, man. You know, he's gonna wipe everything out, everything, all the riches that Esau's hoarded up, everything. He's gonna reveal to us what he's done in slavery and what he's did behind the scenes that we can't see. That's gonna spark anger in us. We're gonna get busy, man. That's gonna spark the spiritual power. Is us finding out what these so-called white men is doing. You know, but you know we're not gonna be fearful of that. Look, what is this devil gonna do? Where is he gonna come? You know, we can't really predict how we're gonna go through our troubles. You can't predict, you know, how you're gonna go through your hell. You can try to train your mind to figure things out. Not all brothers gonna be together. Maybe we will. You can't, you know, usher. You can't usher in, you know, force the hand of the Lord, but you know that you're gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna be in a state of, because you got shooken up when this popped off. Keep it real, you know. And it's not, you know, it is what it is. You know, but we have a stable mind. You know, we know that we can, hey, if it did, we can still hold our own. You know, we can still hold our own if they'll break out, break loose.
33:6.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Yeah, so they want us to be fearful of the plague, right? But you know, fear is just a tool from this devil, because they're lying in the media. You know, you can't believe them because they're liars. You can't believe what the actual numbers. They're telling us we should wear masks now. You know, is it really bad? Is it what it is? Because cancer kills more than coronavirus. Influenza kills more than coronavirus. But why are you seeing these austere measures going on right now? It's because it's slowly, gradually implementing something that he has planned behind the scenes. It's not going to go back to normal after this. There's going to be something that changes. So we're gearing up our mind to be stable when that happens. That's what it's all about.
I was gonna say the perfect example is to be like our shy when they delivered them up. Those Israelites working with Edomites, right? To deliver them up to the Romans. Pretty much that's coming back. They will do the same thing today, so we need to be just like Yahushua.
Yeah, and be in solitude, because Yahushua was solitude. You know, solitude to build yourself up, so when you come out, you can build others up. You know, they call it, you know, monk. You know, that's what the Lord did as well.
Because then he built himself up when they put the prophets, his disciples, they went to sleep.
That's what I'm about to say.
Sleep over them, and then
Because he found them sleeping. He found them sleeping. One of them sleeping. You know, that was just a parable of what you're gonna have to do this by yourself. You know, you can't rely on another man. You can't rely on the camp. You can't rely on another brother. You have to be your own man. That's what Great Millstone teaches you, to be your own man. These other camps teach you to be a yes man. This is my leader. This is my guy. He tell me what to do. The sissy. We real men over here. Ain't no damn man pleasers either.
What does it say? Work out your own salvation with fear. God.
It's Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
So who are you, you know, when the camera's shut off? When you're by yourself, that's when it gets real deep. When that happens. Your character, your integrity, that's what happens. Are we perfect? No, the hell we ain't. You know, but still, man, you know, we have to work out our own salvation. The Lord's looking at you, or what you did now. You know, what you did. What was you doing now when the Lord was away, before He came? you working it out. You working out the creeks. Shaving the fat off the top. Chipping away at that, rust and that shit that that ain't right. That look nasty. Let me get rid of that. Clean that up. Or bring something back that was working before.
So, let's jump up to verse 10. But at the name of Yahushua, every knee shall bow, of things in heaven, and things in earth, and things under the earth, that every tongue should confess that Yahushua HaMashiach is Lord, to the glory of Yahweh the Father. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is Yahweh which worketh in you, both to will and to do, and of his good pleasure.
It's good pleasure to do the will of the Heavenly Father. That's the least we can do. We can be doing anything, right? But not really. A lot of hey, if anybody ain't had none, that's all I had.
Okay.
Who are you when they cut the internet off?
We started Romans 10 and 14. Kind of like you were mentioning the internet. That's how the Lord pushed the scriptures all throughout the earth. All right, we're just gonna jump to that because that's a spiritual thing. All right, how the Lord did it, and He's still doing it now. We're still up here, we're still out here, we can still find videos, we can still be edified. All right, that's all through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right, the big thing coming out, everybody's talking about technology. We have the technology to do this, we have the technology to do that. We have the technology to do a read if you got the coronavirus. Hey, I went to do a drug screen. They was talking about when you go in for the drug screen for the job, if you come in there, you got a cough, we're gonna go ahead and screen you for coronavirus. We got the technology to do that. Right? So ultimately, this Edomite, they think that they're the most high at the end of the day. That's why the scriptures say they believe that their kingdom is going to go on forever. All right, but we know that it's not. This is part of the end, and they don't understand it. God, you got that?
Yes, sir. Romans 10 and 13. Romans 10 and 14. And it reads, how then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?
Right. So that's where we come in, man. Because like the brothers was going into, this is our job. This is a job that was appointed to us. You see something, say something. If the Lord put the Spirit on you to understand these things, to discern what's going on.
Sorry.
What's that?
I don't want to break the spirit, but
No.
Well, what they're actually going to different homes. I believe it's the same. I'm pretty sure they're going certain occasions. They're going house to house doing a wellness check.
Oh yeah.
Are you okay? Are you showing symptoms? Have you had a fever? Have you been in contact with anybody? Is any of your family members have been in quarantine? And they also have, I don't know, Mercy Hospital. I don't know about Barton Jewish, but they have basically quarantine tents outside too.
Okay.
Or drive-by checks. They put the fever into your head and see if you have a.
So they already testing us.
Yeah, you can already get a test now. But they say you have to show symptoms first.
Right.
For the corona.
Man, this shit is so iffy.
But it is now. So it is iffy. It's just interesting to watch how it's playing out.
Yeah.
We don't get negative. We don't get down from the news. We don't internalize it.
Right.
We gain information. We filter it through the scripture. Man. I'm sorry.
Oh no, God, that's beautiful. Hey, 'cause the scriptures talk about rumors of war. You know, one of the wars that they wage on us is information warfare. You know, using, you know, bullshit statistics or, you know, showing complete bullshit, and then they use that to influence the minds of the people. And that's ultimately how they're gonna go about getting this chip. Which we're gonna get to that too. That's gonna be used to put these people in slavery, like brothers have been going into. But when you go into all things, the scriptures say what? Jacob is the former of all things. All right, and I think there was this brother, Yakazai, who brought out how it was Jake who created the internet.
Yeah. Nigerian, I forgot his name though.
Yeah, God.
Nigerian Jake.
God, and when you look that up, man, it's so much blackout on the information and the detail that I looked that up. And that's Esau, man. That's Esau. When you look up the inventors and these different black inventors and the patents, it's an information blackout, man. And it's always been like that. All right, that's why there's public schools or whatever school, they're not gonna put that in the textbook. All right, they're not gonna put the history. Like I remember, I had a teacher. He was teaching us about languages. He tried to say, well, yeah, the oldest language, that's Latin. Latin and Greek and Roman. And I was thinking in my mind, I remember like, well, but you have places that were before, you know, those Latin states and before Rome and Greek. What languages they speak? And we know through the scriptures what? It all goes back to the original language that's on the earth, the Hebrew. All right, that's the language that the Most High gave to his chosen, the chosen sons, the sons of the living power. Okay, and then later on, stuff start branching off. Right, that's why they try to say the Lord spoke Aramaic. Well, that was the language that was spoken in Syria. Aram was in Syria. Okay, so that's where the Aramaic language comes to. Latin. That goes back to one of the sons of Esau. I think his name was Latinus, something like that. That's one of the sons of Esau. Okay, so we can, through the scriptures, man, we can find out the former things, and we can see things that this devil won't try to, you know, put out to the public, and they know that. All right, so this is the ultimate filter to that information warfare. All right, check that out. Romans 10 and 15.
Yeah.
Okay, come, because I want to jump to 15. Unless you had something else.
No.
Okay, come.
Well, I'll read that after that. Verse 15. Verse 15. And how shall they preach except they be sent? And it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace, and bring glad tidings of good things. Now, let me get this precept. This is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocryphal 6 and 35. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parable of understanding escape thee. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy